on Facebook or TikTok, just give me a second. I am making sure everybody can hear me, especially hopefully everybody can hear me on every platform. Let me see real quick. Just make sure. Should be able to hear me loud and clear. Just want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Sorry for the delay. Just want to make sure, because I'm streaming on a couple platforms, so I don't want to have my audio out on one or the other. Just want to make sure that we're working on all of them real quick. Audio out on one or the other. All right, that one's working. All right, so basically what I want to talk about is how to actually make sales as an affiliate. So this is something that's not really talked about. It is in some industries and in some type of programs and trainings and things like that, but it's a very important part of being an affiliate and actually actively making sales or being successful with affiliate marketing. In a sense, that's basically what you are. As an affiliate, you're selling other people's products, and without actually like having a conversion strategy or some type of sales process in place, it's going to be very hard for you to actually have success. And yet it's actually one part that most, if not a lot of affiliates actually neglect, is leveraging any type of sales. I know for me, when I first started, I wrote blog posts. I did all sorts of things, and I just kind of hoped people would land on my affiliate link and that they'd sign up. And in reality, that's just not how it works all of the time, especially if you end up promoting high ticket products. Like if you're following me or if you've been seen anything from me, I'm an advocate for promoting high ticket products. And without having some type of sales process or actually like following up with leads or pushing sales in some type of personalized way, it's going to be very hard for you to expect to close sales on the front end, especially if you're trying to automate everything. You know, it's very hard to close a $2,500 sale with never even being in contact with someone or actually trying to leverage the art of selling. So, and by no means do you need to be an expert salesman or do you have to have some like silver tongue to make this stuff work. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, you know, selling ice to an Eskimo or anything like that. You don't have to be a really qualified salesman to do this, but there is a couple tricks to make this work. So I just wanted to go over it and talk about some tips and tricks and some strategies that have really helped me and really makes closing sales really easy. And by easy, I don't mean you're going to just start seeing them overnight, but this will help you in time. So first things first is a nothing in return mentality. So a big thing with people that push sales and they want to, it's something referred to as sales breath. So if you're talking to someone in a conversation or you're interacting with somebody, if you're solely focused on monetary value or making some type of sale, people can read right through your BS and they're going to be able to tell that you're really not even providing any value. So the one thing that I like to do and really like to frame myself and get in the right headspace before I ever even get on a conversation with somebody or ever even contemplate promoting something to someone is develop a nothing in return mentality. That means whatever I'm doing, whether I'm jumping on a call, messaging somebody, I'm writing a piece of content, I'm recording a video, I'm doing a live, I'm doing it because I want to be doing it. I'm not doing it in the hopes of getting something in return or in the hopes of, you know, getting pure money or some type of monetization value. Well, I know that sounds backwards because yes, in reality, the goal is to generate revenue for your business. Having a nothing in return mentality or it bleeds over into the interactions you're having with people. It makes you come across as you're really genuine and you actually care. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't care and that you really shouldn't be genuine. But if your core focus is to make sales, that's all you're going to focus on. You're not going to actually figure out if the person needs help or if they have a problem that you can solve, or, you know, you're just going to be pushing features of this product that people might not even care about. So that's a major thing is developing a nothing in return mentality, because it's just going to bleed off into the way that you interact with people and the type of conversations that you engage with. Developing this type of mindset before you ever even get into any type of sales conversation is going to help you out immensely. Hey there on TikTok, how are you doing? Thanks for jumping on. I'm just breaking down the how to actually close sales and the art of actually selling things as an affiliate. So the next thing is the result versus the product. People don't care about the product. They don't care about what it is. They care about what they're going to get from it. Okay, stay on for a few minutes and I will be sure to link you to my Facebook. You can actually find a link in my bio right now. I did have it removed, so you could check. Last time I told you it was removed. So the result versus the product. So people don't buy things because of the product. People aren't buying things just to have them. Most of the time they are buying them because of the way it makes them feel, something they'll get out of it. So everything usually has a deeper level than you think. So say someone's buying a razor. Most people, the first thought or the first thing that comes to your mind is they're buying a razor because they want to shave their face. But in reality, they might be shaving because they have to look professional at work. They might be shaving because they want their wife to kiss them more, or their husband to kiss them more, whatever. It's usually one surface. It's deeper than just what you think. So when you're trying to sell something and you're trying to get someone to buy something from you, you really need to highlight the result and what your prospect is going to get from the product. Not just the product and all of the features inside, but instead where your product is going to take them. People buy things because they want to move from pain, or they want to escape something. They want to get to where they want to get to a pleasure, or they want to escape pain. People start online businesses because they don't want to work 9 to 5 anymore. They're tired of missing out on their families and things like that. So when you're selling a product, you need to paint the picture that way. You can't just throw out a product and say it has all these amazing features, because people really aren't going to care about it. They want to know what they are going to get out of it and what it's going to do for them. Especially if you're selling an expensive product or a high ticket course or a coaching program or something like that. You need to be very clear with what type of pains and what type of problems that it's going to solve for your customer. Otherwise, they will never buy it. It's just a great program. A lot of people have taken this program. That's not going to convince somebody to buy from you. Next thing is diagnose, don't sell. So diagnosing problems. You don't go to the doctor's office and you say, hey, I'm having back pain. And they just say, okay, here's this medication. They're going to ask you a slew of questions and they're really going to figure out what your problem is and what you're struggling with before they ever even give you any type of medication or even tell you if you have some type of sickness. Look at sales the same way. If someone reaches out to me and they say they've been trying to start an affiliate marketing business for the last year, and then I just respond, oh, here, take this program. That provides no value for them. It's not. You need to diagnose where they're at. You need to figure out what they're struggling with. You need to see if the program you are promoting is actually a right fit for them. And then you need to dig. You need to highlight their pain points, and not in like a rude way or things like that. But if someone reaches out to you and they're trying to figure out how to make money online and they're not having success, there's a reason for it. And without being like a dick and saying, oh, you're not making any money online, you're not doing it right, help diagnose their problems and get them to admit the types of problems that they're having. And if you can get them to say that in their own words and admit that they're struggling, and you can help them overcome those challenges, that can become one of the most powerful conversations or sales abilities that you could have, is if you actually can get someone to admit that they need your help. And you're not going to do that by pushing a link or just, having no personal experience or not diagnosing the person's situation. You really need to get a clear picture on where they're at, where they want to be, why they started, and all these other aspects. A lot of people ask me and they say, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know why I'm not making sales. all these other people in these same programs are making sales and I'm not. There's a couple reasons for that, but a big portion of it is because you're not actually finding out if what you're promoting or what types of programs that you're pushing to people, if they're even right fits. So that's a main thing, is diagnosing people with problems. You're not selling anything. You're diagnosing someone's problems. You know, if I'm promoting a high ticket product and someone isn't a right fit for my program, I won't sell it to them. I won't even offer it to them, because then it's just going to result in a bad experience. It's going to ruin your brand. They're going to ask for a refund. And then the person who bought it is going to feel like they got robbed, or you sold them some snake oil, and it's just an all around bad situation. So that's an important thing, is, you're diagnosing people's problems and you're finding out if they're even the right fit for whatever you're promoting. And of course, some of these strategies might not be relevant if you're promoting a really low ticket product, but I'm specifically talking about selling high ticket products on the front end. Okay, and then so something is alpha versus needy. So this is very prevalent when you get into any type of sales conversation or any type of conversation. The more that you get experienced in sales, the more that you'll see this. Someone that's making six figures is not going to message you 500 times. Someone that's actually making money is not going to beg you for a sale. And this is a big problem with a lot of people that just start. And, it's hard to fight that excitement when you first get the whiff of, potentially making $1,000 commission, or you might make a big commission. It's hard to fight that urge to continue to message and continue to outreach. But it makes you look needy. And if you look needy, nobody's going to buy from you. So portraying it's kind of that catch-22. You need to act like you don't care, because if you give off the impression that you need this sale, it just discredits everything that you're trying to promote. And it's that fine line. So establishing yourself in a position of being alpha and not coming across needy or as that you really need the sale is going to just accelerate your experience with that prospect. Someone who's actually crushing it online and things like that, they're not going to continue to message somebody and ask them over and over again, like, hey, do you want to buy this product? Do you want to buy this product? So that's a major thing when people are starting is really hounding their leads and coming across as needy, and you're basically repelling any type of sales with that mentality, or if you act like that. And I've made all of these mistakes, so I'm not trying to say them in a way that I'm not trying to say it in a way that I'm not trying to discredit anybody if they're doing these. I've actively made all of these mistakes myself. So the next thing is detaching from the yes. This kind of plays into being needy. You don't have to detaching from the yes means like engage in these conversations and interact with people without even the thought of making a sale. As I mentioned, all these kind of intertwine, but you're diagnosing problems. And so it's not even necessarily about making the sale. If you're behind a program and you're part of a program or something that you truly believe in, then you should by all means get someone into this because you really genuinely want them to benefit from the things that you learned in this program, or the benefits that you got. So detaching from any type of monetary value is very important. And then the next and last one that I want to touch on is the real relationship starts after the yes. And I was notorious for this, and I see a lot of affiliates doing this. So what I mean by the relationship starts after the yes is a lot of people will promote a product and they'll get someone to sign up for some type of program, or they'll get them to sign up, and then they're on to the next. And while yes, you made some money and you could probably get some commissions like this, if you're really thinking about creating the longevity in your business and you want to continue to build a brand and brand yourself, you really need to follow up and the relationship starts with your prospect after they buy something from you, not until they buy something from you. And this is super crucial, especially you get into higher ticket programs and more expensive front end products. if someone believes in you and the products that you're promoting, they're going to buy from you again. You know, as you get farther and farther in this entrepreneurial digital space, you know, people are continuously in buying more programs and courses. And if you offer support and you're there for somebody and you're genuinely there and you're helping someone after they've already bought something from you, the chances of them buying something again is very high. You know, if they bought a course for Facebook ads from you, and then, you know, later on down the road, they want to learn something on blogging, but you were there to support them and you offered, you know, one-on-one support, some Zoom calls, messenger support, anything really. They're going to ask you again, hey, what do you think I should do with this? What route do you think I should go? They say like 86% of all businesses in general are from repeat customers, and it's no different as an affiliate marketer. You're really branding yourself and your name. So that's a major important one is, you know, the relationship begins after you make the sale, not before. So that's the main thing for the relationship starts after the yes, because I was notorious for just jumping from one sale to the next, looking for my next sales opportunity, and repeat business is super crucial and things like that. Let me see if I have any more things I could go over about sales. So yeah, the relationship begins after the yes. That's mainly just because, let's see what else I could focus on. I already went over that. Sorry, I'm like totally. Okay, and I just want to preface, like when I'm talking about sales, it doesn't have to be one-to-one sales or like even messenger sales. It can be, you know, creating a TikTok video or creating a YouTube video or even a live video. It's about building relationships and, you know, establishing a rapport with people. And so I was having a conversation this morning with somebody who was talking about they don't want to build about building an audience. How are they going to teach someone to teach someone how to make sales if they haven't made sales? Something referred to as like imposter syndrome. And that's what this whole business model is about, is building rapport with people and building relationships. People don't create YouTube videos and say, buy this product. They're reviewing products. They're teaching people how to do things. They're showing people how to do things. And I'll answer your question in one sec, Sam. I totally lost my train of thought. Okay, so I will start answering some questions now that I have some coming in from a couple different platforms. So Sam asked, how do you warm someone up on one-on-one on Facebook? The first questions. So the way that there's a couple different layers to go about it. When you're doing it on Facebook, you can do, you know, your content will kind of like a hand raiser question, or you can push someone into your group. But most of the time it's like adding targeted friends from like relevant groups, or you're adding people that are interested in affiliate marketing. And then you're reaching out to them and you're asking them about their goals. You know, so how long have you been trying to do affiliate marketing? How long have you been, you know, just different types of questions in relation to building rapport about affiliate marketing. Or you can take a softer approach. So the way that Facebook's algorithms work is if you interact with somebody on Facebook, say we messaged in a messenger conversation, you'll start seeing my posts. So I don't necessarily even have to talk about business. I can just message you. I can say, hey, Sam, I love that post you just did about spending time with your kids. It looks like you guys had a blast. And then you respond, and then it's just like, oh, thanks, I appreciate it. And then you leave the conversation there. They'll start seeing your posts on Facebook, and then you can do Facebook posts that are like hand raiser questions, like, hey, does anybody want to learn how I made 5K in the last 30 days using nothing but my social media? And then people, that person you just talked to will see your post and they might comment. And then if they do, then you already have a starting point for that conversation. Like, hey, I noticed you commented on my post. Can you tell me a little bit about where you're at in your business? What are you currently struggling with? How long have you been trying to do affiliate marketing? So it just becomes kind of like a snowball effect, but without interrogating them. So I mean, there is a fine line. You don't want to come across like you're interrogating them or you're asking them hundreds of questions. So I hope that answers your question a little bit. It is kind of you have to finesse them with a cold audience, or if it's cold outreach. But it's usually you can if you get them in line with your content, or you get them to come to you, basically is the best way to go about it. The Bats asked me on YouTube, how much do I earn affiliate marketing? Last month I did around 5K. So that's around there every month, and fluctuates. It depends on the month, but I'm full-time affiliate marketer, have been since January. I have been an affiliate for the last about 610 days. I think I started affiliate marketing, and I've definitely made mistakes along the way. But let's see if anybody has any more questions on Facebook. If not, I am going to end the lives on YouTube and Facebook because they get recorded and they get left in my group. So, so we could do. Okay. And then something else we could go over is, so I was doing a mastermind the other night, and everybody was talking about getting on a call with somebody, or getting on a Zoom, or even just a messenger conversation can really be a turning point for people that are on the fence. So if you have someone who's on the fence about buying something, or on the fence about buying a program or a product, you can definitely tip that point, or you can encourage somebody by jumping on a quick messenger or even a call. Lately, I have been implementing Zoom calls and one-on-one sales calls, which have been like significantly increased my sales just by jumping on those calls and getting in an environment where people can see my interactions and my face, and also gives you the ability to read the situation a little bit better. Because if you're trying to close sales over Messenger, you can't necessarily, they might not even be paying attention to you. You can't tell if they're serious. If you get someone on a Zoom call and you're talking to someone on camera, you can usually tell if they're paying attention. So Sam asked, what is my favorite traffic method? My favorite preferred traffic method is definitely Facebook. Right now, anyways, I can be found on, pretty much everywhere. I have massive blog, YouTube, and all that, but my primary focus is my Facebook profile. So I will just now that I've already been live for 25 minutes, I will say I am talking about a personal Facebook profile and not your page. And that is because the reach on your Facebook page is significantly lower unless you're willing to pay Facebook. I have a page with like 10,000 likes on it. And unless I give Facebook any money, they don't push your post or your content out to anybody. So that's, I probably should have said that in the beginning of this live stream, but it is what it is. But yeah, so to answer your question, my preferred traffic method is Facebook, especially because once you get, it's kind of like a snowball effect. Once it gets rolling and it gets going, the attraction marketing really starts to pick up, and then people start asking you about what you're doing. People will reach out to you and ask you. And as time goes on, with every other platform, you establish yourself in a position of authority. So people are going to start asking you how you're doing what you're doing, and they want to know what you're doing and how they can do it themselves. And then it already puts you in a position where it's easy to transition into a sales environment and make those sales, because people are already asking you how do they achieve what you're achieving. And it also is probably one of my favorite methods because it allows you to actually be proactive. You can actually be really proactive in your business, unlike other methods. And this really dawned on me after I spent like 8 months blogging, and I was just kind of waiting for Google to rank my blog. And when they get to my blog posts, I'm just going to hope that they're going to buy. So that's where I really became attracted to organic Facebook, because I was in control of my own business. If I wanted to make sales, I could go outreach. I can go reach out to people and I can make sales. If I wanted to build my group, or I wanted to build relationships with people, I had the position and I had the power to actually do that, instead of like waiting for Google to rank me or waiting for algorithms to rank me. Facebook organic allows you to be in a position of power and actually be proactive in your business instead of reactive. And that's where a lot of affiliates end up getting stuck, is they put out content and then they just wait. They just end up waiting to get traction, or they end up waiting. And that's what I did for a long time. So without continuing to ramble about it, yes, that's my favorite method. Hey, thanks for jumping on. Congratulations on breaking 1,000. I saw you on live the other day. That's awesome. So if there is any more questions, go ahead and drop them. I should probably move my screens because I'm like looking not even at the camera. But so yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite methods right now. Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, Facebook's my favorite. But I do like other, I am trying to grow on other platforms for sure. That's the long-term goal. They just take a lot longer in comparison. But with that said, I am going to wrap up the live here on YouTube and Facebook, because the people that watch this replay, I don't want them to watch, I don't want it to be as drawn out, but I'm going to stay live on TikTok. But so if you caught this on the live or the replay, be sure to drop a hashtag replay or a hashtag live, and feel free to drop any questions that you have if you're watching this, and then, or if you did watch this, and I will get back to you. Awesome. Oops, I didn't even end that stream.